When it comes to buying razors these days, there's pretty much just two options. You can, one, go to the store, wait for the person to open the stupid lock counter because everybody steals them because they're too expensive, and you get your 3 razors and you go home. That's one way. That way is like driving a busted ass Civic. The other way is more akin to driving a badass muscle car El Camino. That way is by going to dollarshaveclub.com/Hooniverse, signing up, getting high quality razor handles and razor blades delivered to your door for just a few bucks a month. It's fast, it's cheap, it's easy, it's better. You can either have that Civic or you can have this. Remember a few years back when everybody declared that the horsepower wars were over, that there were going to be no more monster Mustangs, crazy Camaros, and cuckoo Challengers. How do you like that alliteration? Everybody was wrong. Porsche, LaFerrari, there's a handful of cars out there that are just pushing the boundaries horsepower-wise. Koenigsegg has an unbelievable 1.1. The new Challenger makes 707 horsepower, so does the Charger. The next Z06 is sure to be a beast, and the ZR1 will probably be bananas. This is one of America's great salvos in the horsepower war. Unfortunately, it's not doing so well. This is the 2014 Dodge Viper GTS, and it's already been updated for 2015. Gets a little more horsepower, it's gonna cost a whole lot less. But I'm curious why this thing isn't selling well. It looks great, it's got a big V10, rear-wheel drive, manual gearbox. What more could you want? Let's dive in and find out. Well, it should be pretty clear that we're dealing with something special here. This is the return of an icon. Well, last year was the return of an icon. That was in 2013. This is the 2014 Dodge Viper GTS. And just like the 2013, it represents, like I said, something special. What's special about it? Well, it's an American-made, muscly sports car with a 10-cylinder engine, 8.4 liters to be exact, rear-wheel drive, manual gearbox, 2 seats. What more could you ask for? Under the hood, we've got 640 horsepower, 600 pound-feet of torque, and that number would have been scary a few years ago because the old Vipers had significantly less horsepower, but were significantly more terrifying. In fact, a second-gen Viper remains one of the scariest vehicles I've ever driven. Now, I don't have to be a total pussy because this car actually does have a few different driving modes. If I hit the traction control button, the first mode it goes into is sport mode. It reduces traction control, it reduces stability control, lets you hang the tail out a little bit and have some fun. If I push the button again, it turns traction off but keeps stability at a reduced rate. That's for the little bit more adventurous type. Push it one more time, it goes into a rain mode. Push it again, and everything's back on. I'm gonna leave it in sport so you don't think I'm too much of a baby. Well, you already think I'm a baby, but whatever. So with the new Viper, there's a lot to love, but there's also a handful to not love so much. In the GTS, you can love that it isn't just a Spartan car anymore. You've got some great amenities in here. You've got the seatbelt seats, which are fantastic, though I do wish I could get a little bit lower. If I sit normally, like I'm not talking to the camera, where'd my eyes go? And if I put down, hold on, let me get a straightaway. If I put down the sun visor, holy shit, I can't see anything. That's what sunglasses are for, I guess, though. But I want you to see my eyes. So the seats, if you're under 6'3", are glorious. If you're a little bit 6'3" or above, you might run into issues. I'm comfortable, but I am doing a little bit of a Lamborghini scrunch here, which, you know what, small sacrifice, screw it. Now, a few things that you can love are the fact that this comes with the latest Chrysler Uconnect system. It's brilliant. It's powered on the back end by Sprint, which deals with stuff that people regularly use in terms of apps and infotainment, so it makes sense that it's good because it's not designed by an automaker. The navigation is bright and clear. It pairs quickly with your phone. When you do pair it with your phone, you can blast music through the Harman Kardon audio system. It's a little bit on the bass-heavy side, but that's easily correctable. With the windows down though, pump that bass, maybe that sounds good. It does get a little bit hot in here thanks to the 6-speed manual gearbox to your right and one of the exhaust outlets to your left. When you swing open the door and casually get out right away. Don't stick around and wait because you're going to singe the shit out of your leg. This car, when you're driving it, does feel like a race car. Visibility is worse than the Camaro, especially, it's very much like a cockpit, much more than the Camaro, which is already horrible to see out of. Surprisingly, the side windows are better than the Camaro, though. It's the front window, rearward, you got nothing except a nice rear view camera. That's about it. Who cares, though, what's behind you? Just look straight ahead, hammer the gas, blast around a turn. This car gets up and goes. The good thing is, though, once it does get up and go, it's also got massive brakes. Hit them, stop, come to a good stop, set up for the next turn, grab the next gear, and power through. Now, the big news is with the Viper that the car's just not selling well. For 2015, they've added a whopping 5 more horsepower, but they've also reduced the price dramatically. The standard MSRP has been cut by $15,000. That brings the base price, I believe, of the 2015 to about 84 grand. If you bought a 2014, they're giving you a $15,000 certificate to upgrade to a 15, so that would technically be 30 grand off. So what does this car cost because it's a 2014? It's the GTS, so it's nicer inside. You gotta remember that. Base price is $120. This car is equipped is $140. Holy crap, that's a hard sell when the car a level down from this, the Charger and Challenger Hellcat, have significantly more power, have nearly the same top speed, and with the Charger and Challenger, you can actually fit your friends in it, more specifically in the Charger, and cost around $70,000. There's a disconnect there. This car does make much more sense at 85. In fact, at 85 grand, it's kind of a bargain. Regardless of what you think in terms of the pricing strategy, I hope you can admit that it's a pretty cool car. The outside is awesome. It's the best looking Viper ever. The car's always gotten a little bit better, but it was always slightly dated. I don't think it's dated here. I think this is a pretty good look for this car. The sound is great. It still has a 10-cylinder. You don't get a lot of those these days. It's got a manual gearbox, rear-wheel drive, just like America wants it. This is one of the true race cars for the road. Maybe that's where the Viper sets itself apart from the Challenger and Charger. Both of those are muscle cars. This feels very much like an actual race car, just with far nicer seats, navigation, a good sound system, and that's about it. The fuel economy is probably about the same. The steering is heavier than I would have thought, but it's heavy in a good way. It's not as quick as I would have liked. I do like the heft. I just wish the steering ratio, the rack, was a little quicker. But, what are you going to do? The gearbox is actually pretty amazing. It slots really neatly into each gear. As I said, the brakes are excellent. The pedals are set up nice for heel towing. And it's just overall a pretty damn solid package. This car might trend a little bit Grand Tour, but I at its core, I think it is far more aggressive than any Grand Tour, so I'm going to keep it in the sports car realm, especially when I said before, it feels like a damn race car. I wish I was on a racetrack. I guess the Ortega Universe Highway Hooning Grounds will have to do. So some might say that this car isn't as wild as it used to be. It's not technically as bananas, but it's way better. If you want to go crazy bananas, turn everything off. Let the tail hang out. Hit the guardrail. Die in a blaze of glory. Or just be a pro race car driver. I'm sure some of you are going to give me shit on YouTube, but hey, that's what you do, and this is what I do.